Hi, my name is Jim Keedy, and I want to help Bernie Sanders get elected to be the next president of the United States of America. And tonight I was watching Bernie in his town hall meeting at the University of Chicago, and the host of it, Chris Matthews, was pounding Bernie. You know, how are you going to get this agenda accomplished that you want to get passed? How are you going to get 60 votes in the Senate? How are you going to get the House to go along with you? You know, how are you going to get any of these things that you're promising to people accomplished? And what Chris Matthews and a lot of people that are in the punditry, that are in the political class in D.C. just do not understand is how social change happens and how social movements bring about change and change laws that drastically impact the lives of millions and millions of Americans. You know, all we need to do is look at our own history to understand, Chris, how Bernie will get this accomplished. You know, if we look at the civil rights movement, if we look at the women's suffrage movement, if we look at the labor movement throughout our country's history, you know, it wasn't like the people in Congress all of a sudden just woke up one morning and said, oh yeah, we should give black people the right to vote, or oh, we should give women the right to vote, or yeah, maybe we'll give people an 8-hour workday, and maybe we should get kids out of factories and into schools. Okay, that didn't just happen because the majority of the white guys in Congress just decided one day that it was a good idea. The people of the United States demanded that Congress respond and that they pass laws that gave black people the right to vote, that gave women the right to vote, that created the 8-hour workday, you know, that got kids out of factories and into schools, and all the great social change legislation that we've seen throughout history. It never came from the inside out. And what you seem to not understand, Chris, is that Bernie has sparked a revolution at the grassroots level that is going to demand the things that he has on his agenda. Right? A majority of the American people want to see single-payer universal health care. We're going to demand it of the members of Congress. A majority of the American people want to see college education that's tuition-free at our public universities and colleges. A majority of the American people want to see criminal justice reform. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to do what activists and organizers have done to create any social change in our country. We need to take to the streets. We need to organize demonstrations. We need to shut down Washington, D.C. at times. We need to put millions of people on the National Mall so that when all those elected officials who seem incredibly intractable now look out their window, and they're going to realize that I'm either going to act on behalf of the will of the American people, or I'm going to lose my job. And that is the referendum that Bernie is bringing to America, and he is setting right at the doorsteps of the halls of power. He is saying the American people are awakened, the revolution is on, and you, members of Congress, senators, congresspeople, you better act on the things that the American people are asking for, or you're going to be out of a job. And then it's on us, we, the American people, to demand that that change happens. Now, one of the things you said, Chris, was, you know, Barack Obama couldn't get it accomplished. How are you going to do it, Bernie? The problem that Obama ran into in part was that those people that voted him into office, we dropped the ball. We didn't hold his feet to the fire enough. We didn't hold the members of Congress accountable enough. Okay, we just let Obama talk about hope and change, and we thought it was just going to happen by osmosis. Representative democracy is not a spectator sport. It demands participation. And that's why Bernie continues to say throughout his campaign, it's about we the people. He says that he can't do it alone, that every day we're going to have to fight for this stuff. If we want Congress to act on change with regard to college tuition, we're going to have to demand it. If we want universal single-payer health care, we're going to have to fight for it and demand it. It can't just be up to Bernie. It's got to be each and every one of us fighting to make sure that Congress responds. And in the same way that people did it in the civil rights movement, in the women's suffrage movement, in the labor movement, we can do it in this political movement to bring about the democracy that we deserve. That's how you get social change, Chris. And that is how you get Congress to act and pass legislation that is for the benefit of the American people, and to stop acting solely for the benefit of the billionaire class and the corporations.